Hello, welcome back to Dr. How. Today I'm going to be remaking the Fourth Doctor's Regeneration. If you have a look at the original televised version, you can see that there's a number of things that I'm going to change. One of the things is that when the Watcher first appears in the scene, he's quite transparent. We're going to change that. Another thing is that once he walks forward, he starts merging with the Doctor, and it's this quite green, boxy blur merge effect, and we're going to replace that with a more modern effect. The other thing that I'm going to do is remove the Watcher from the middle of this face regeneration here. We're going to go straight from the Fourth Doctor's face to the Fifth Doctor's face. We're going to fix that blurry background as well that we see here. So the first thing to do is to reconstruct a clean background. And the way that we do this is by using the fact that the Watcher walks through the scene. We actually see the background at different points, so we can stitch that together and create a clean background. We also need to create a clean foreground for the end of the scene. This is really just the Doctor lying there, and we're going to use that to get rid of the boxy green blur merge effect. And if we put all that together, you can see that we end up with a clean version of the scene without the Watcher or the merge effect. And this is the basis for what we're going to do next. We're going to take that clean version, we're going to subtract it from the televised version, and this produces an isolated channel which contains just the Watcher and the merge effect. And those isolated pixels then can be used to do various things. For example, we could colorize the green blur and make it yellow, for example, and this will, that produces something that looks a little bit more regeneration-y, but that's not quite good enough. What we really want to do is add more modern effects. So I'm going to create a scene where we start with the Watcher, but then we fade him out to the clean background, and that means that we've got this faded out version, which looks similar to what we saw in Planet of the Spiders with Choji, the Choji regeneration. So what we're going to do now is add on some Blender particle effects. So I've used Blender to create some particle effects. There's a couple of different particle emitters, and there's a force field to attract the particles. We're going to add that on over the top. Now the next part of this process is to change this face regeneration. So I've created a facial morph here between the Fourth Doctor and the Fifth Doctor, and you can see I've made the background. I've tried to use the Fourth Doctor's background because it's a bit crisper. And then I've used a couple of different particle emitters in Blender, one for the face, one for the neck, to create this modern effect, which we can then put on over the top. And that gives us the facial morph component, and now we've got the two components there, the Watcher vanishing and the facial morph, and then we can just combine those using a tool such as KDN Live and add on audio, and then that creates the complete effect. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. How. I'll talk with you next time. Bye.
It's the end. But the moment has been prepared for.
The Watcher!
He was the Doctor all the time.